Not long ago, the Dome of the Rock witnessed a shocking event that shook the world. Look at this video. This place is where the whole world has been waiting to build the third temple. It will be the next step to help people get closer to God. Unfortunately, it has also become a hotbed of unrest and chaos. Why do conflicts happen? It greatly affects the lives of many people. Did Jesus predict these events? And does he want this extreme pain to happen? A recent altercation unfolded between Jews and Palestinians during a religious visit to the Temple Mount, coinciding with Ramadan. The situation escalated rapidly as Palestinians donning masks confronted Israeli police with unauthorized firearms. The initial clash escalated further when Palestinians began hurling rocks, firecrackers, and other perilous items at the Israeli officers. In response, the Israeli police swiftly intervened, employing batons, tear gas, and stun grenades to quell the unrest. Amid the chaos, numerous Palestinians sought refuge inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque, an act prohibited by law. Nevertheless, the masked Palestinians persisted in their assault on the police, prompting the law enforcement to enter the mosque and apprehend many Palestinians. The repercussions were severe, with injuries reported, including 160 Palestinians, a security guard struck in the eye with a fake bullet, and 27 children, 4 women, and a writer sustaining injuries. This incident marked another chapter in the ongoing strife on the Temple Mount, a site of paramount importance to various faiths. The question that looms large is why such conflicts persist on this holy ground. The Temple Mount has a history marred by incidents like this, as witnessed in April 2022 when Palestinians and some Israeli Arabs initiated another attack, resulting in one of the deadliest days since 2006, with 17 innocent Israelis losing their lives. Understanding the root causes requires delving into the historical narrative surrounding the Temple Mount, a contested site with competing stories. The enduring struggle for control over this sacred space has fueled conflicts for an extended period. Examining the history of the Temple Mount, one cannot ignore its connection to Judaism before the advent of Islam, underscoring the long-standing ties between Jews and Jerusalem. The land, with its intricate past involving the Israelites, bears witness to a protracted and complex history. The Temple Mount through history. Centuries ago, around 1000 BCE, King David seized control of Jerusalem, transforming it into the capital of the United Kingdom of Israel. This triumph is chronicled in the second book of Samuel in the Hebrew Bible, establishing Jerusalem as the city of David. King David's profound connection to the land became integral to the city's history and traditions. By designating Jerusalem as the capital, Israel elevated it to the most pivotal place in the region. The collective consensus soon emerged that a grand Jewish temple should grace the heart of Jerusalem. This decision stemmed from David's valiant battles and sacrifices for his people. While David couldn't personally erect the Holy Temple, his son Solomon undertook the monumental task. The construction of the first temple, also known as Solomon's Temple, commenced around 1050 BCE, showcasing exquisite craftsmanship. Materials such as stone, gold, silver, metal, and durable cedar wood from Lebanon were meticulously employed. Cedar wood, revered for its strength and durability, symbolized beauty and resilience. The temple's foundation featured hewn stone, while limestone from the nearby hills of Jerusalem adorned its walls. Gold adorned both the interior and exterior, with silver embellishing crucial elements like the doors and the altar of incense. The roof, supported by intricately carved metal pillars featuring cherubim, radiated divine power. The temple comprised a rectangular structure with distinct sections: the porch, the holy place, and the Holy of Holies, the latter accessible only to the high priest. The Holy of Holies held unparalleled significance, housing the Ark of the Covenant, the Jews' most sacred possession. Described as a chest made of wood and encased in pure gold, the Ark featured the mercy seat. According to biblical accounts, it safeguarded the 2 stone tablets bearing the 10 commandments that God bestowed upon Moses. Beyond this, it protected other sacred items, including Aaron's rod and a golden pot of manna. The temple, adorned with sculptures, carvings, and artworks, served not only as a place of worship, but also as a visual testament to the faith and the magnificence of God. Solomon's temple stood as a magnificent, beloved, and utilitarian structure, fulfilling the promise made by God to the Israelites. It instilled pride in the Jewish community and became a beacon of hope, solidifying Jerusalem's status as the holiest and most significant place in the world in the eyes of the Jewish people. The sacred significance and conflicts. Why is the Temple Mount so pivotal? The historical significance of the land has sparked intense conflict among various groups, particularly in the context of Jerusalem and the revered Temple Mount. The Temple Mount, now a focal point of contention, witnessed Muslim ascendancy during a series of attacks, causing challenges for the Jewish community. Jerusalem, with its profound religious and political importance, endured numerous assaults that not only altered its physical landscape, but also profoundly impacted its religious fabric. One notable attack occurred in 587 BCE, when Babylon's King Nebuchadnezzar II took charge, compelling Israelites to abandon their homes for Babylon. This marked the end of the First Temple era, leaving a void in the Israelites' religious identity. In 538 BCE, Cyrus II, known as Cyrus the Great, toppled Babylon, freeing the Jews and allowing them to return to Jerusalem to rebuild their holy temple. The reconstruction heralded a revival of Jewish ritual life with the establishment of the Second Temple. Subsequent historical shifts included the Hellenistic conquest by Alexander the Great, introducing Greek culture to the region. Antiochus IV Epiphanes, a ruler of the Seleucid Empire, attempted to impose Greek ways of life on the Israelites, triggering the Maccabean Revolt in 167 BCE. The revolt, led by Judah Maccabee, not only restored Jewish religious freedom, but also reinforced their resistance against external influences. However, Rome's ascendancy in 63 BCE exacerbated tensions in Jerusalem. Excessive taxation and Roman officials' imposition intensified Jewish resentment. In 70 CE, Roman forces besieged Jerusalem, resulting in the destruction of the Second Temple and a consequential exile of the Jewish population. In 638 CE, Arab troops led by Caliph Omar of the Umayyad family captured Jerusalem, marking the beginning of Muslim rule. The Dome of the Rock, constructed on the Temple Mount where the Second Jewish Temple once stood, became a symbol of Islamic heritage. Over time, Jerusalem, along with Mecca and Medina, evolved into a holy site for Muslims. The Crusades in the 11th and 12th centuries witnessed shifting control between Christians and Muslims. Saladin reclaimed Jerusalem in 1187, retaining Muslim dominance until the Ottoman Empire's conquest in 1517. Jerusalem's diverse religious landscape, including Jewish, Christian, and Muslim communities, coexisted within the Ottoman era, albeit with periods of religious turmoil. Even after Israel's establishment in 1948, Jerusalem's reclamation remained elusive for the Jewish people. The Six-Day War in 1967 saw Israel taking control of East Jerusalem, including the Temple Mount. Despite Israel maintaining overall control, the Muslim Trust, the Islamic Waqf, continues to administer the site. An ongoing point of contention is the restriction on Jewish prayer on the Temple Mount, leading to protests and heightened tensions. The Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, both embodying beautiful Islamic architecture, hold immense significance for Palestinians. The Dome of the Rock, adorned with a golden dome, is believed to be the site where Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven during the night journey. This architectural marvel stands on Haram al-Sharif, the Temple Mount, revered by both Jews and Muslims. Adjacent to it, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, with its simple yet striking design, plays a vital role in Islamic history, often considered the third most important place in Islam. In essence, the intricate history and diverse religious importance of the Temple Mount continue to fuel a complex struggle between those seeking to reclaim it and those dedicated to preserving its current custodianship. The Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, nestled in the heart of Jerusalem, serve as enduring symbols of religious, historical, and architectural significance. These structures draw pilgrims and visitors from around the world, standing as powerful reminders of faith, history, and national traditions. Beyond their aesthetic beauty, these landmarks hold deep religious importance for Muslims. The Temple Mount upon which these structures sit is revered as the third holiest site in Islam, following Mecca and Medina in Saudi Arabia. The profound connection between Muslims and the Temple Mount spans centuries, forming an integral part of their faith. This association is particularly emphasized in the night journey of the Prophet Muhammad, known as Isra and Miraj, during which it is believed that the angel Gabriel transported him from Mecca to Jerusalem. Here, the Prophet Muhammad led other prophets in prayer at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, establishing a symbolic link between the Abrahamic faiths. Near the swift construction of the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque during this transcendent journey solidified their significance on the Temple Mount. However, this historical and religious connection has also fueled a determination among Muslims to safeguard the site, contributing to the reluctance to cede control to Israelis. The complexities of the situation become apparent when considering the Jewish perspective. Despite historical claims that the Temple Mount was the site of their first and second temples, Jewish aspirations to rebuild the Third Temple face significant hurdles. An earthquake on the Temple Mount, while unsettling for Jews, led to archaeological findings confirming the existence of the original temples. The challenge lies in reconciling the desires of both Jewish and Muslim groups, each asserting their rights to the sacred space. This ongoing dispute has not only sparked conflicts, but has also drawn international attention and condemnation, particularly in the aftermath of recent incidents. Countries such as Germany, France, Italy, and Spain have called for the preservation of the status quo, urging restraint and peaceful resolutions. The question of whether the Third Temple will be built on the Temple Mount remains entwined with ancient statements that shape our understanding of the situation. While these statements may be challenging to decipher, they illuminate the complexities surrounding the pursuit of this ambitious endeavor. The global implications of any disruption to the delicate balance in Jerusalem emphasize the need for diplomatic solutions that respect the historical and religious intricacies of this sacred space. Prophecies. The construction of the Third Temple, often considered an exclusive concern for the Jewish people, holds implications that extend far beyond their community. Ancient predictions depict the building of this temple as a pivotal event signaling the culmination of world history. According to these prophecies, the return of the Messiah is intricately linked to the construction of the Third Temple, heralding a new era of restoration and peace. Various religious perspectives, including those of Christians, Muslims, and Jews, anticipate the Messiah's return, yet each faith harbors distinct beliefs regarding the unfolding of these events. The biblical prophecy in Daniel, referencing the abomination of desolation, underscores the importance of the Third Temple in these eschatological narratives. It is foretold that a figure, identified as the son of perdition, will defile the holy temple, deceiving many by posing as the Messiah. This deception is expected to culminate in a 7-year pact, marked by significant events. In the middle of this 7-year period, pivotal changes are prophesied, signifying the end of sacrifices and the cessation of a desolating abomination. In Matthew 24:15, Jesus echoes Daniel's prophecy, advising those in Judea to flee to the mountains upon witnessing the abomination of desolation in the holy place. The revelation of the Son of Perdition is predicted to initiate a cosmic battle between good and evil, with the genuine Messiah emerging victorious, bringing an end to all worldly evil. The fulfillment of this prophecy hinges on the construction of the Third Temple, as the abomination of desolation requires a sacred space to defile. Despite the current complexity surrounding the Temple Mount, many believers hold steadfast to the conviction that this ancient promise will materialize. Historical instances, such as the precise fulfillment of Jesus' prophecy regarding the destruction of the Second Temple in Matthew 24:12, serve as testament to the uncanny accuracy of challenging prophecies. While uncertainties persist, particularly considering unforeseeable natural events like the earthquake on the Temple Mount, the enduring belief in the imminent construction of the Third Temple persists. The intricate interplay of ancient prophecies and contemporary events adds layers of complexity to the understanding of the future, reminding us that the unfolding of eschatological events remains a subject of diverse interpretations and ongoing contemplation. Challenges. It's crucial to acknowledge that not everyone subscribes to the prophecies surrounding the construction of the Third Temple or the concept of the abomination of desolation. Some individuals might hold a more generalized understanding of the Third Temple's significance. Additionally, there are those who contend that the abomination of desolation has already occurred, pointing to historical events such as the destruction of the Second Temple by the Roman army in Jerusalem in 70 CE. The narrative of the Temple Mount remains an ongoing and uncertain saga. The prospect of whether the Third Temple will come to fruition or not is currently unclear. All that can be done at this juncture is to remain hopeful and observe how the dynamics surrounding the temple evolve over time. Finally, the recent events at the Dome of the Rock have left the world in shock and disbelief. The profound implications of these events, combined with Jesus' eternal aura, create a narrative that captivates the imagination, while challenging our understanding of faith, history, and the fate of the sacred site. As we grapple with the unfolding mysteries, the Dome of the Rock's echoes from the past, present, and possible future reverberate around the world. It is a time for contemplation, reflection, and a collective pause to understand the deeper significance of what has just occurred in this sacred space.